Hey everybody, this is Cindy, Palm Springs Cindy, and I'm just sort of winding down for the night, and I'm in my bedroom, and so I thought I'm going to video from my bedroom. So I hopped on my bed, here I am. I have kind of a funny story to share with you guys. I don't know where to begin. Okay, many years ago, I was about 40. I think I was exactly 40. And I was still teaching, of course. And once in a blue moon, that many years ago, our district would send teachers to conferences. Sometimes you had to apply to go. If you saw something in the mail that sounded good and you wanted to learn more about that, then you would fill out your forms, ask your administrator, and then, if they wanted to send you and had the money, they would. So there was a conference that I went to with a dear friend of mine, a fellow teacher who will remain nameless to protect the innocent. But when you watch this video, and I know you will, you're going to remember this story. Teacher friend. So my teacher friend and I went to this conference, and we were in Palm Springs teaching, but the conference was in Los Angeles, and actually I want to say right downtown LA, but it was really, it was right by the Los Angeles airport. And they have all kinds of big, beautiful hotels there, because it's a giant airport and people from all over the world are coming and going, and they're staying. They need to spend the night often. And so anyway, that was probably one of the reasons we wanted to go to the conference, was because it was at a great hotel. And we were going to be there at least 2 nights, which was huge. It wasn't just an afternoon kind of a thing. So anyway, we drove from Palm Springs to Los Angeles. We went to the conference, we registered, and we got our room. And in those days, teachers shared rooms. After a while, we started complaining and saying, the administrators don't share rooms. Why are teachers supposed to share rooms? So then eventually we started getting rooms on of our own, individual rooms, if we wanted. So, okay. So she and I were sharing a room. We went to our room. We got everything settled. Put our stuff away. She had children. I have a child. We made sure that our families had our phone numbers and all that. We got all that housework taken care of. So we went to the conference, and it's a kind of thing where, I don't know if they're still like this because I haven't been to a conference in so many years, but it was where you get your little agenda, and then you can pick out which workshops you want to go to and learn more about. So, you plan your days, and, I really want to go to this one. I want to go to that one. Okay, let's break out. You go to this one, I'll go to that one. We'll share the information. So that's what we did. And we had a lovely day. And then after the conference was over, everybody goes back to their room and freshens up and goes to dinner or whatever. So that's what we did. So we got all of our pamphlets and our free handouts and our free flyers and our free this and that, and we took everything back up to our room and regrouped, and then we went back down. We decided not to eat right away. In fact, it might have even been in the afternoon, like during a break or something. I don't really remember. Doesn't matter. So we went back down to the lobby, and I think we didn't want to venture out. We were probably going to just eat at the hotel and whatever. Neither one of us probably wanted to drive around in that Los Angeles freeway and traffic. So we went down to the lobby, and we had a glass of wine, and we were talking, we were processing all the stuff we learned and all that. So all of a sudden, the waitress came over, and she gave us fresh drinks. So we were like, well, we didn't order this. And she said, oh, I know, but see the gentleman over there? They ordered, they wanted me to send these drinks to you two ladies. So we were like, well, we were like, us? And so she said, yes. So anyway, we were like, thank you, thank you. So then the gal I was with is a real women's liber. So she says, you are. And so she says to the waitress, well, we would like to buy them a drink too. What are they drinking? So we bought them a drink. And so then they got a kick out of that. They were like, probably did the same thing we did. What? Who gave us these? So then they looked at us, cheers. Okay, cheers. So, okay, that was cute. So then we finish we're enjoying the afternoon. How often are two working mothers and wives able to get away and go to a fancy hotel and sit in the lobby and enjoy a happy hour drink or whatever, and have some guys buy us a drink? Well, then I think the table of these guys that were at this table, this is what the story's about, are these guys. So these gentlemen at the table, they were younger than we were. I don't really know how much younger, but I knew they were younger. So they ended up I think the people shifted at the table. Anyway, they came over to our table eventually and sat down and, would you mind if we joined you? I don't even think they said that. They probably just sat down. I'm sure we would have said, yeah, join us. So they sat down, we started talking. Well, as they were talking, they shared with us that they were like, I'm going to get part of this wrong, but it's the main idea, that they were like, I'm going to say managers for more than one of the LA, the basketball players in LA. I can't remember what they're called. The LA basketball guys. So I'm going to look that up. So anyway, we were, I guess at that time, the Lakers. So at that time, I guess the Lakers were like free agent-y or something like that. So anyway, these guys were the free agent people helping out their Laker guys. And so they were so then we were interested. Oh, really? Who do you manage or whatever? Of course, what do I know, Laker schmaker? But I think my friend, my teacher buddy, she knew more about it because she has boys. She knew more about it than I did. I was just, what do I care? So they were talking, they were chit-chatting, and it was enjoyable. I think we had a couple drinks. We said good. And then before they left, they invited us to a party, a Laker party. And we were like, well, we're married. And they were like, it's just for fun, just no big deal. And so we were flattered, but they said, oh, it's going to be fun. And you're going to meet, there's going to be a lot of Laker guys there and Laker players. And so we said, no. So they ended up, are you sure? Now, ladies, are you sure? We'll drive. You don't have to worry about driving, or, we'll pay for your cab or whatever. So we said, yeah, we're sure. So they finally they left. But, we were giggling and tickled that we had the attention. It was fun. So then the evening went on. I think she and I did have dinner, met up with some other teachers probably, and we went not too late. We went back up to our hotel room. We both showered, got ready for bed and watched TV and fell asleep. Well, I should say we got in bed. We did a little bit of chit-chatting when the lights were out, but that was about it. Okay, so we're trying to fall asleep, and it was at 11 o'clock, and our hotel phone rang, and it was two beds and then the table in the middle, and the phone was on the table in the middle. So it was closer to me. So I lean over, we were both like thinking, I hope everybody's safe at our house. Who calls at 11 o'clock? So I hello? And son of a gun if it wasn't those guys. And they said, we're going to ask you another time, would you like us to come pick you up? The party is really going. It's really fun. And we would really like you guys to join us. And it doesn't have to be anything other than fun. Come here and, meet some celebrities or whatever. So I said, okay, hold on. So I put my hand over the phone and say to my teacher buddy, okay, because she's like, who is it? Who is it? So I say, it's those guys. They want to know if they can come pick us up and take us to this party. And she's like, oh, we couldn't. And I'm like, well, I know we couldn't. And she's like, oh my God, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm like, no, I can't believe it. And plus it's like after 11 o'clock. So she's like, I know, well, we just can't, we can't. And so I said, okay, I'm going to tell him no. Now, if you want to go, and she's like, oh no, we would go together. So we kind of giggled about it. And then I got on the phone, or as my mom says. So I got on the phone and I said, oh, no, it's after 11 o'clock. We've got to get up early. We have another day of conference. But, thank you for thinking of us. So the next day, I'm not sure how it happened, but the next day, somehow we got this big picture of, I don't know, I think it was maybe it was 2 pictures of all the Laker guys. And then they had these managers or whatever you call them, that like that movie, Show Me the Money. They were like that type of a person. They had their ball players sign and, autograph their picture. And then we got another picture of the Laker cheerleaders. Okay, well, what do I know? But then we got back. Here's the fun part. So we got back to, the weekend was over. So we went back to school on Monday. So she was my team teacher. So she, in her room, did the same thing I did in my room. I took the picture of the Lakers and the cheerleaders and I stuck it on my teacher bulletin board. Oh my gosh, we were the most popular teachers ever because our kids, our boys, I'm sure some girls too, recognized, the Lakers, oh my gosh, the Lakers. And they said, they wrote our names out. So the kids knew that we didn't have our picture with them or anything, but so anyway, they were just beyond impressed that we had this picture and the autographs from the Lakers. So now this was about 104 years ago when I was 40. So it was quite a while ago. I don't remember any of the guys, but it was still a fun story because, mostly my teacher friend and I were totally flattered that, they were flirting with us and they bought us a drink and that they even called us at 11 o'clock. And then that even the next day, they made sure that we got this picture. So anyway, that was a fun story. It was a fun conference. And like I said, in those days, teachers didn't get to go out much, but it was a weekend that was fun and a weekend to remember. So, all right, ladies. Oh, and by the way, I've got this little earring, this little heart earring. I can't find the mate to it. So if anybody happens to find it, would you please let me know? Some of my favorite earrings. P.S. I love you. Mwah.